we did not disband, we reconfigured. Disband means you will not see some of them. They were there. They were not disbanded. Reconfigured means you reinforce, and then with the aim of focusing the team on the task, because they are almost there. They are done. The squabbles had the potential to take us back and not cross the line. We can't finish this year and cross June this year without the Youth League. Young people of the ANC have been without the Youth League for quite some time, and under the tutelage and command of the ANC. So we want an autonomous Youth League that thinks, that participate in the discourse, that lead the youth struggles in the country. There is a discourse going on about youth development issues, how we intervene in terms of addressing unemployment. The ANC needs a proper advice and a champion in that regard, in the form of the organization called the Youth League, to execute that particular mandate. So we couldn't allow this opportunity to get the Youth League to Congress with so much work covered to be scuppered by squabbles. We couldn't allow that. So it was not disbanded. The Youth League was disbanded once. What the NEC will do will rectify simply that the NYTT continues up until June, which is something that the NEC will do. But the Youth League disbandment was done a long time ago, and the Youth League could not meet its own deadlines in terms of getting to the conference within the time frames that have been defined for an interim structure. So this initiative is really to ensure that we cross the line. We brought a lot of, and the reason for that, some of them are old, they are beyond 35, is because we wanted people who are resourceful. The question of interest is elusive because anyone can develop interest, but anyone who got interest that bogged down a structure from succeeding and then become toxic and undermine the goal of getting the structure to a conference. So the Youth League was almost paralyzed, whereas there was work that they have done, and they were very much looking forward to the Youth League finishing this job. But NYTT is an interim structure. So that is why we didn't change everybody in the NYTT. Tutu was there, was the fundraiser. Sonto was there, Fasia was there, Malachi was there, except Kola. So we've brought this old man to steer the ship to the finishing line. Kola is an MP and so on. That is very important because you can't have all young people who've got interest, they want to lead. You've got to have somebody who's going to have a sense of duty and marshal them to line. But if they all fight like there is no tomorrow, you'll never get to where you want to get to. Of course, decisions of this nature are not without conspiracies. There's a lot of conspiracy doing rounds. People have been favored for this and that. That's not important. What is important is that they've got a task now, and we'll be meeting with them today. After this media briefing, we'll be grilling them through the process of what is expected from them, and a lot of things will be changed from how the NYTT uses. They will give reports to the ANC bi-weekly on the state of branches and all of that. This thing that individuals go and launch their own branches is over. So, like I told you, it's going to be a military approach, precision. That's what is going to happen. From the ANC side and the Youth League side, we will know, all of us, what is happening with the Youth League. How many branches have been launched, where, by who. Parallels will be disbanded. And then we will support this Youth League to ensure that they do their job. They will report to the NWC and the officials bi-weekly on the state of readiness, venues, resources required, and all of that. so that the process is open. The process of the election of their leadership, political discussion documents, this is what they must do, rather than just discussing other things that are not going to add value. The future of the Youth League. How do they position the Youth League going forward? We will help them also, but ideas are going to come from them because they are the ones who are in touch with the youth at the present moment. And they come from different sections of the youth in our country. And that's what is important. You've got hardcore, organic youth league. You've got youth from the campuses, students here. You've got organic intellectuals. We've got COSAs amongst them, which have graduated recently amongst them. And that also be reflective of the ground of the youth league branches in the country. So that is what we have done. Reconfiguration to strengthen, to enable us to get to the point where the Youth League hold its conference. And that's what we have done. The second question is Tshwane, whether Tshwane is Obuya. It's a campaign. We said it's a campaign. We lost Tshwane. We lost it even now in terms of the coalition politics with 2 votes. Tshwane is still in the hands of the DA. So our campaign is ever relevant about the issues that we raised. So it was not just an event. It is an ongoing campaign to deal with the issue that for the past 7 years, that city has deteriorated in terms of the state of affairs. Silias is now the 4th or the 5th mayor of Tshwane. All the other mayors have fallen before they even finished their term. That's what has happened in Tshwane. That's what has happened in Gqeberha, Nelson Mandela Bay. There's been change of mayors in the hands of the DA coalition. So, notwithstanding the fact that coalitions in themselves are not stable, you can talk about the mayoral system or look at the collective system, which is what is happening in eThekwini. We need a serious conversation around the municipal system we have adopted going forward in this country. And the ANC is grappling with that discussion at the national level. News 24, Mangaung polygraphic test. We will do everything to get to the truth, including those who voted with the opposition. We cannot harbor people within our ranks who take the mandate of the people of the ANC and vote with the opposition. If we have to use pornographic test, we'll use it. Of course, within the prescript of the law. That's what we'll do. But we know the people who voted with the opposition, and our structures there are dealing with the matter, and they will come back to us about the final way forward they are taking. We are working together, and we are fully aware of the fact that the people's mandate have seriously been scuppered in Mangaung by delinquent ANC councillors, giving the mandate to the DA they do not deserve. So we will go to the people who have elected us if the need arises. And if there are those who are prepared to repent, we'll look at them case by case. But the incorrigible, they've got to face consequences. There must be discipline. We have done that in Mkondo recently. In Mpumalanga, we have done that. And we went back to the people and we won. We are now in control of Mkondo. We are not going to surrender power because we know what it means to those people of Mangaung who have voted the ANC. And some individuals somewhere with their factional or self-interest have decided to throw that out of the window. So we are dealing with that matter. But I can assure everyone that the ANC will be firm. Even if there will be a temporary inconvenience for us, but we will be fair in terms of dealing with ill discipline in the organization. There will be no surrender. The days when ill discipline looms large in the organization are over, not numbered. We are intervening in that regard. From national parliament downwards, we are intervening. There will be no holy cows in this era of renewal, in this era of ensuring that the ANC members toe the line. And if they've got concerns, they should be in a position to raise those concerns within the structures and properly. Security cluster. The security cluster matter is an embarrassment for the security of the country. That a criminal can fake their death and do all these things. These things, we see them in movies, they happen everywhere. That somebody has faked their death and went out of jail, obviously through conniving with the people there in the prison and so on. The question is, do we have the capacity to recover from that? And that is what is important. We've got to instill confidence that our security forces, and in particular the cluster, is able to deal with such lapses in the security of the country. You know Peyton Mackenzie and Kenny Kunene, how they got out of jail. One thought that the report that the Jali Commission had compiled about the state of corruption, in that report, we will tighten the screws to deal with the challenges that are there. When I was in the police, I know of people who had to be shifted for security reasons to other jails because they just had a party in jail every weekend. That corruption was enabled by people who run prisons in this country. So these lapses well overdue happen, but when they are glaring like this, it's threatening. So we are, however, confident that the security cluster, but in particular correctional service, will get to the bottom of this and deal with the issues. The security cluster, we have had a number of meetings and we are doing a lot of work and focusing on the fight against crime. And I think you will see a number of responses in the fight against crime, working with communities in the next coming months. I'm very much confident that we are fixed on this matter to ensure that we deal with the scourge of crime in South Africa. What are we going to do in Mangaung that is different? We did not act because we gave people political right for dissent. I went there, Mangaung. I was supposed to go back to meet with the councillors one by one. Because of commitments, I didn't, but there was new leadership. They met with the comrades there. They then said, no, we will toe the line. So clearly we are dealing here with mischief politically. So you've got to be decisive. So we gave them a benefit of doubt because you don't start first by discipline. You understand people politically. So that's where we started with these councillors. We allowed themselves to express themselves. They had issues, grievances, and all of that. But now, when somebody goes to council and vote for the DA, that's too much. That's too much. Now, you're no longer ANC. You are working in the ANC, wearing the ANC colors, but you are executing a different agenda, voting for the DA. I mean, we are not feeling embarrassed. They are embarrassing the organization and deliberately going out of their way to bring the ANC in disrepute. What sort of grievance is that? What is their grievance? That takes them to go and vote for the DA speaker. You fight your battle, you stay in the party, and then you raise your grievances if there is any grievance. you don't go and vote for the opposition. The opposition will never do that. The DA itself did not do that in Tswana. They put people through pornographic tests, and then they came back and won with 2 votes. They expelled those councillors. Which political party that is self-respecting, that can allow the mandate that has been given to it by the voters to be undermined by 2, 3, 10 people? Which political party? The ANC can't allow that. That is rogueness. And if people want to behave in that way, they must then go door to door and test the will of the people. We are ready to go there. And we will be reporting to our people in Bloemfontein, areas, Mangaung, Metro, everywhere. We will be reporting there. What are the challenges we are facing in the council and what steps we are going to take? Obviously, the steps we've got to take is the steps of consequence, which can lead us to by-elections. We are ready to go to by-elections. And if it so happens that we don't reach that, well and good, but we are ready. But people will face consequences. PR councillors will face consequences. And even ward councillors will face consequences. That's what is going to happen. So the province is dealing with the matter together with the region. So what different are we going to do? We are not going to postpone intervention. Even if it means the council has now been postponed for 14 days. Even if when we meet after 14 days we lose as a result of this anarchy, we will endure and go back to the people and fight to win. This is what we did in Mkonto. We respect our people too much than to be part of an arrangement where individuals have got no respect for the mandate. There are potholes in Mangaung. I was raising this issue. There are many challenges in Mangaung. Our councillors are busy with things that have got nothing to do for changing the lives of the people. Now they've shown us that indeed we are not concerned about the interest of the people but ourselves. How we fight in the ANC, what we fight about for positions, South Africans are not interested in that. They have given us their vote. Even if we won with a margin in Mangaung, in a difficult election, that shows loyalty of the voter to the party. We can't fail the people of Mangaung. We can't. And we are going to act decisively. From now onwards, as we speak right now, we are acting on what must happen in that part of the country. Why did we remove the NYTT? We did not remove them, we reconfigured. And I've explained already the reasons why, because they were trapped in squabbles and not moving forward. We believe that these comrades, who some of them constitute this and have got a great future in the Youth League, will see light and work. But they must be assured, and we'll tell them today, you act in a manner that undermines this process, we withdraw you, the authorities with the ANC. So that thing, it's over. That the authority they have surrendered to us, they must go and get it in their conference. The authority to run the Youth League, they've surrendered to the ANC. They must go to the conference and get that limited independence that the ANC have bestowed on the Youth League, which is called autonomy. At the present moment, we run the show. You misbehave, we withdraw you. And these comrades have got that mandate and responsibility. We believe in all of them, even those who are not in this committee, that they can come and lead the Youth League. And we believe in them. And we believe there is talent in the Youth League. I've gone throughout the country, I've met with Youth League structures. Yesterday I was with COSAS. Thanks God, we are resolving COSAS issues. After Easter, we will be moving to COSAS Congress. Next week, I'm meeting with SASCO. Again, there we are resolving issues. So we are focused on the task of getting MDM structures, which are aligned to the ANC, to be organized.